minutes.
Clock's not a factor.
It's certainly not a factor. The most
It's
important thing is the position was on the board.
The position's
Queen takes G7, massive threat.
Indeed.
You have to parry it by going F6 or sliding the rook over to defend the pawn.
You have, like, what, 2 moves, F6 for rook G8, because even with the help of a mighty computer, the third best move is to give a queen with a check. Queen E1 or...
That's when you...
It's not very helpful in this position.
Not at all. So, rook to G8, we've been looking at rook to G8, and we found, well, a humorous ending, which was H4, A4, H5, H6. The queen dropped back to threaten a checkmate. F6, bishop to D3 with the idea of setting up a checkmate this way. And that was when we kind of threw in the towel. Our fighters taking too many blows at that moment. By the way, I still find that a shocking statistic that there's never been a checkmate in any of these tournaments in Bucharest. Not a single checkmate. Only one stalemate. And the goal of chess is to checkmate your opponent's game. Yes. Nobody's ever realized their goal.
Do you think, therefore, that resignation should not be allowed?
No, I think resignation should be allowed.
Like draw is not allowed.
It's like a boxer saying, you know, no mas, no mas. You know.
Yeah, because actually, where else in sport can you throw in the towel like that?
No mas, boxing.
Boxing.
Yeah, they just
yeah,
say,
but okay, there's some
technical
serious
knockout.
issues, right?
Yeah,
like
right. Health issues. Yeah, right. But yeah, in basketball, you're down by 50 points. You can't just say, okay, we don't need to play the final quarter. You know, we're not coming back from this one. It's over.
No, you have to keep going.
Right. Pity them.
Well, in chess, you can just sit at the board and don't make a move. That's the big problem.
Actually,
you can't really force me to get checkmated if I'm not in the mood to.
Actually, I'll take it back. Ronnie O'Sullivan.
In snooker, you can resign.
Ronnie, his opponent, resigned.
Not only this. He said in an interview he was disgusted with his play.
Right.
He was trailing 2-1 by frames in a very, very long match, and he just decided to resign.
He didn't like it.
Okay, well, a very quick response there from Alireza, queen to D6.
What? That's what we were looking at.
Exactly.
Yes, sir, we were looking at bishop.
Bishop takes F6
takes F6.
In case of A4, bishop takes F6 is what Alireza is prepping.
Maybe now you can go rook to E8.
Okay, the problem, as I understood it, was that I'm a pawn grabber. Yes. And rook takes E2 check is not. I'm gonna have a nice walk, and I will eventually make it to the queen side, so that the sacrifice isn't working.
Okay, queen
to
B7.
Queen to B7. Okay,
just
so
holding on to the pawn on D7.
Life.
Okay, now is there anything to stop bishop takes F6?
Not that I can see. That's a good munch. That's a very good munch, actually.
Queen C. No. This rook on B8.
It's always.
It needs to be defended.
Right. Hate that. And again, we can't take this bishop. And if we don't do anything, if we just make a passing move, I think we can just simply reload our pieces. What would be the best way of reloading? You know, something like bishop here, followed by queen on this diagonal is going to always work.
Those two bishops are untouchable.
Oh, they're powerful in open position.
And bishop takes F6. Yeah, and both of these players, you do remember that last year they were involved in quite to get that final candidate's spot for the rating.
Some very strange things going on at the very end. There were two players. Anish Giri, he was going to qualify by the FIDE Grand Prix, And Gukesh stole a spot by qualifying himself through a last-minute tournament, and then Wesley was going to qualify by the rating, and Alireza stole his spot by playing in some tournaments and just surpassing him at the very end. Lucky thing for Gukesh that he could get that final spot. We do have some moves on the board. What happened? Bishop takes f6.
You guessed it right.
Rook e8.
And now there's no threat in the position, actually. I was thinking maybe there's some rook e6s. Nope, there's absolutely nothing.
Oh, you're right. Rook takes e2, king takes e2, takes on f6 is met by queen f8. Oops.
Yep.
I was thinking the queen ending. But okay, bishop c3 looks like a really powerful passing move.
And he's reaching for the bishop, and indeed, I love this move. It covers all the critical squares.
b2 is protected. You're hitting a5, but more importantly, you're just resetting for queen to d4, and you're hitting...
And we have a handshake. We have our first decisive result. Alireza Wesley defeats Wesley So.
Knocking Wesley out of 50%. I think Wesley, in the 3 previous Superbet tournaments, had never lost in the second half.
Yeah, that's the stats that we were provided, that he made all draws after the 3-day, usually. So that's his first loss, as well as his first loss in this tournament.
Yep. And again, for Alireza, with that victory, he goes to +1. He joins the 2 Indian prodigies at +1. And, well, climbs right back in the tournament.
Well, you said it there, Yasser. He joins the 2 Indian prodigies. Let's have a look at whether
the games
that will
are still
actually
going.
happening, because